You want to know something funny? I actually talked on the phone with Cam today. Old man, I'm telling you, he's an old man. He called into a radio station today to talk football because he was listening to Pat's 101 or whatever, and they were talking MVP talk, and he called in basically saying that Matt Stafford should be the MVP and not Drake May. And everybody on this radio show was saying it should be Drake May. And I was like, man, only men in their 40s do that. No man ever has thought about picking up the phone and dialing into the radio station.
That is insane.
Especially in 2026. This isn't like in 2010 or 11.
That was my first thought. I was like,
that's
Cam,
the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Let's start there.
Podcast or something. Like
we need Camden on this podcast immediately so we can clown him for that.
It's definitely past.
What's he doing listening to sports radio in the afternoon anyway? Was this in the morning or afternoon?
This was, I think he said in the morning on the way to work.
Yeah, that's 50-year-old white man.
He was listening to Moon 92 when they get the birthdays.
Yeah.
He's like, he's excited for the Moon 92 birthdays.
Imagine how mad you'd have to be to call in to a radio station. I didn't have my morning coffee type of old man stuff right there, kid. We gotta have
I want to kill somebody this morning.
But funny enough, he went Matt Stafford over Drake May. So then he went Rams with it.
Yeah. And he asked me, and I gave him my opinion and everything. So
that's hilarious. You're good.
Shouts to Cam.
All right, this is gonna sound like so much hate, and I swear it's not.
Welcome back to the Warner Brothas Podcast. I'm Kyle, joined by my brother Keenan, joined by Brandon Petty, joined by Timmy G. What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Oh,
boy.
It is that time. We've got like 144 hours of or 168 hours of phenomenal football. You're coming up. We got college and NFL. I can't wait.
Cannot wait. Kamden, if you're listening, we just heard in pre-show that you called into a sports radio show today to argue MVP, and you also didn't know if Trae Young getting traded was real or fake news. So we want to introduce you to the 50 Club appropriately, Kamden. We love it. We miss you. We want you to come on. Welcome on the show anytime. We hope to have you on during the playoffs. I actually think Kamden yearly comes on once during the NFL postseason. It seems.
And in the NBA, he used to be an NBA predictions guy, and then an NBA postseason guy.
Seems like we get Kamden on like 3 times a year now, which is good.
Also just want to say too, we did we were recording the pre-show, so like we could also
include it. We could include
it. We might have to as like a little side.
That was calling into radio shows.
Shouts to Kamden.
I can't believe you think that Drake May should be the MVP. It just has to be an old man. That's it. I don't have the platform for this because I don't know how to work them mics. But I tell you what, you're wrong here. It's that Matt Stafford guy.
I hope in true morning sports show fashion, especially if he's calling into like a Boston regional show, I hope he was yelling. I hope Cam was like getting his shit off and like, no fuck. Apparently, this was a pro Matt Stafford against Drake May type of conversation too. So I hope he was like woofing it up, talking about
on his way to play the piano.
On his way music class.
On his way to. All right, guys, let's do our vocal warm.
Hopefully, it was in music. Best case scenario, this was in music class. Is the best case scenario. So
in music class was crazy.
It would be insane.
Shouts to Cam. We miss you, Cam.
We're in great spirits right now because it's the NFL playoffs coming up. We got Super WildCard weekend. We've got 6 games. It's going to be madness.
It's going to be. Let's jump into it. 4:30 p.m. if you're on the East Coast. Rams at Panthers. Rams are 10.5 point favorites. Brandon Petty, we'll start with you. You came in late to our last pod. So let's give you all the floor in the world to talk about this game right here.
This is the game that I'm least looking forward to. I understand the Panthers beat the Rams on the regular season, I think by a score of 30-27. It was a really, really fluky game. I remember we were all shocked, like how the hell did that just happen? I don't think that happens again. Quite frankly, I don't think this is going to be a close game. Like I don't really expect too much out of Bryce Young in a playoff spot. I don't think they have enough on offense either. They got Tent, and that's really about it. Xavier has like a severe case of the yips. Like they'll have a decent running game. I think LA has too much. I would not be surprised if this game was kind of, I wouldn't say unwatchable, but kind of head into that territory in the second quarter. Like I wouldn't be surprised if LA got up to a decent lead and kind of just really didn't look back. I'll watch this, but it might be one of those where I'm kind of paying attention to other things. Like I'll have it on in the background maybe, or like whatever. Like I'll watch it at first, and then maybe it gets out of hand, and I'm like, okay, let's go, do something else. Let's go grocery shopping, or run to the gas station or whatever.
Let's prepare for this night game.
Yeah, call into a radio show. We're calling it 1010XL here in Jacksonville. You're giving score predictions too?
We can if you got one. I do want to say before you give your prediction, Brandon, you said this is going to be your least exciting watch of the weekend. I looked up the weather. It looks like it could be thunderstorms. So this could make it even more unwatchable for you, or it could make it more watchable. Maybe it levels the playing field a little bit. Without further ado, though, what do you think?
Maybe it does. I have the Rams winning 35-21. And I think Carolina gets a late touchdown to make it look closer to what it actually is.
Listen, I was going to say 35-17, so I was going to be in the same ballpark as you. With the rain, though, if it's really going to be like torrential rain, I don't know if that like favors the Panthers, because we just saw them play in rain in Tampa and it was ugly. Bryce Young couldn't do much. I mean, they have the running game for it, but I don't know. I think the Rams just pull that out either way. Maybe it's slightly more lower scoring, but I think either way, the Rams come out on top. I'm going to say 35-17 anyway, regardless of the rain. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, I don't think this game's close, but maybe it does level the playing field just slightly.
29-16 Rams. I think that they get up early. I think they take the ball. I'm not going to lie. If I'm the Panthers, I understand you want the ball in the second. I might take the ball. I might try to score first. But like if I'm the Rams, I might just take the ball and just say, let's get up 7-0 and make the Panthers play from a deficit.
True that.
This game is probably going to be ugly. We're all talking about it like that. I think the Rams will beat them the way they should have beat them earlier in the season. The only way Carolina wins this football game is if they score on their opening drive and then a hurricane wipes their stadium off the face of the earth. So I will go 31-10. I was going to say 31-13, but they'll be down 3 scores and there's no point kicking field goals anymore. So they're just going to be going for it a bunch and it's going to be too much at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now we don't know where we're picking.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I want to give the Rams their respect too, because they did I want to give the Panthers a respect because they beat the Rams earlier and they've got other quality wins. But it's like once you get into the playoffs, it's a different level, right?
They were in a must-win game against the Bucs. Well, what you perceive a must-win, because you obviously don't want to have to leave it up to, I need the Falcons to beat the Saints. That offense kind of just looked anemic. If they can't run the ball, that team can't move the ball. So
got kind of hosed with some calls in that game too, I want to say.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I think that they had the abilities to win the game, but if they were going to win the game, it might have been 19-16, and I still don't think it would have been too impressive with the way the Bucs ended the season. So, yeah, we all have it from a double-digit Rams victory. So
yes,
we can't move on to the night game though. Green Bay going to
Chicago.
This will
be the Amazon Prime game. Shouts to Jeff Bezos. Packers at Bears, like Keenan said. Packers are actually a 1.5 point favorite on the road.
Threw me off. Not gonna lie.
Opened with the Bears, but now it's the Packers. It's very interesting. This is what I'm gonna waffle on. Brandon, go ahead. Go first.
So I actually am looking forward to this game. I would definitely have a drink in my hand for this one. And I will have my
You'd probably be drunk after that Panthers game.
There's a good chance.
What we drinking? What we drinking? That's the question.
I've been drinking.
Go tequila pineapple. I don't know, something
Solid.
crazy. I don't know,
Solid.
Jameson ginger ale. I don't know,
Solid.
full service bar, like whatever I'm feeling.
There we go.
I actually think this is going to be a pretty damn good game. Divisional matchup, like Green Bay should be healthy coming into this. Josh Jacobs should be good. Jordan Love should be good. All their Steel Corps guys should be good. I think Green Bay wins. I don't really trust Caleb Williams yet as far as in the playoffs. We don't really know what we're going to get out of him. You can certainly make a case for Jordan Love. Jordan Love does have playoff experience. I do think that Josh Jacobs coming back as well too kind of maybe gives the offense a big boost that it kind of needs. I think too, I think one of these receivers, Christian Watson, or maybe it's Matthew Golden. Maybe Matthew Golden has a coming out party. Maybe Christian Watson goes for 140 and 2 touchdowns. I think Green Bay's defense is going to make a couple more plays than Chicago's. I like what Chicago has on offense. I would not be surprised if this was a high-scoring game. I would be surprised if this is kind of one of those games that hit the over by the third quarter. And with my score prediction, I'm actually going to go with that. I do think whatever the over is, I do think it's going to go over. I think this is going to be I see it like a 31-28 Packers dub. I think they win.
By the way, weather for this game: cold temperatures, wind, and potential snow. So,
never mind. If it snows, then I'm going to give you 2 predictions. If it doesn't snow, that's my prediction. If it does snow, because that's nasty, especially in Chicago. If it does snow, 21-17 Green Bay.
I got to give you this right now. Temperatures could feel like single digits with gusts up to 39 miles per hour. So that could significantly affect the kicking game as well as the passing game.
21-17 Green Bay. Scrap that other scrap the over.
And it says snow showers are likely. We're gonna get a bad weather game. I kind of like this.
God,
I think that favors the Bears more so because they can run the ball well. But I still have the Green Bay Packers in this game. 23-19. Trust the Packers just a hair more than I do the Bears right now. The Bears might prove me wrong because they've been in these close situation games all year long. So, if you want to lean to that, fair. But again, we talked a lot in our tier show that we just barely had done about teams without playoff experience, and the Packers do have playoff experience. They have won a playoff game. They won a couple years against Dallas. They adore being the 7th seed. That's what they love to do. So they love being in this 7th seed spot. But I think that the Packers get the W here. But I think it's for the rest of the games other than Carolina, I think all of the 10 teams could win the game. So I don't think you're wrong picking the other side in any of them that's not Carolina.
Timmy, what you got?
We're all going to pick the Packers. This is crazy. I'm taking the Packers for sure. I was taking them all week long. I'm not too scared. I actually think the Packers could make a run. That wouldn't surprise me. I'm just debating on the score. I got 24-20, but honestly, I'm going 24-16. I think it's a nice convincing win. They kind of do this when they do win playoff games. They come out hot and they look really good. So maybe we see a Caleb crumble. Maybe.
I got to tell you, as of right now, I'm not sure if I'm making a pick, but I will tell you I'm leaning Packers as well, which means maybe we should load up on the Bears this weekend if all 4 of us are thinking Packers. I got to tell you, with the weather, I kind of agree with Keenan. You favor, I don't know, Josh Jacobs is a good runner.
Oh, yeah, both teams can run, and Wilson's actually a solid backup, but just the way the Bears...
I think I agree with
you.
The
Bears want to have this game low scoring. I get they played in a higher scoring game against the 49ers, but if they can control tempo on the clock, the way they beat the Eagles, if they could win every game that way, that would be ideal for them.
Yeah. I mean, few ways about it. Like there's a lot of reasons to lean Bears here. For instance, like we've seen Ben Johnson in the playoffs, like his play calling kind of gets better. He probably saves a lot of his plays for the playoffs, notwithstanding that Jameson Williams reverse pass last year, whatever that was. But the fact that it is a division matchup and they played twice late in the season, you kind of want to favor whichever team's the underdog here. In this case, it's the Bears right now. So, I mean, I'm leaning Packers, but I'm not going to call it right now. I could see myself flipping to the Bears, but I definitely lean Packers for the reasons Keenan gave out. Like the experience, kind of want to lean that way. But the fact that they have played twice late in the season, that first game, I feel like the Bears, they lost that game, and I feel like the Bears outplayed the Packers, and they lost. Second game, you get...
In the second half, they did. The first half, they played bad. The second half, they played great. Then they got the pick on the fourth down.
And then second game, you got Jordan Love going out. You got Malik Willison, and you've got a dogfight in a low-scoring game, and the Bears really couldn't pull ahead. And then, Caleb has that amazing throw in overtime. So I can't call it. This is a very even game. I would lean Packers, but would not be shocked, obviously. 1.5. I mean, it's essentially a pick 'em. Obviously would not be shocked to see the Bears win this game. Next, we go to Brandon. This is your team, 1 p.m. Sunday. Bills at Jags. To me, this is the game of the weekend. I love this game. Another game that's essentially a pick 'em. Bills are favored by 1.5. Jaguars, home underdog. Money lines are essentially the same. Brandon, tell us about your team. Why is your team going to win this game? And tell us why your team might lose this game, too.
They're going to win this game because I'm going to be at that motherfucker in the club seats. All right.
There we go.
I'm going to be screaming. They're going to hear me. Trevor Lawrence is going to hear me screaming from wherever I'm going to be sitting at. I don't know what seat number I am.
Super pause.
Only you would take it that way. Mega pause on that. I ain't mean it like that. If this was any other matchup, I would go with Buffalo. But because it is my home team, I have to go with Jacksonville. The reason being, I think we match up well with Buffalo. Number one rushing defense against the number one rushing offense. You could argue that Buffalo's offense really runs through James Cook, and that's really about it because of the lack of skill position players. I think we match up well with their passing offense. Keon Coleman can't separate, doesn't even really play anymore. Brandon Cooks is there. Gabe Davis, like Khalil Shakir. Our passing defense is decent. I think we're hovering kind of around 19th or 20th. Our big thing is we get pressure and we force a lot of takeaways. And that's something that you can do with Josh Allen is bait him into a bad throw or two. It might not necessarily end in a pick, but you can definitely give yourself a good chance to get an interception. I think our running game too is pretty decent. Like I think a lot of people kind of sleep on our running game, but the biggest thing is we spread the ball out. Like we have 3 or 4 receivers that we throw on the field. At the same time, we have a good tight end with Britton Strange. Our running backs, we use them in the passing game, ETN on a lot of wheel routes. I think it comes down to Trevor Lawrence at the end of the day. Like if Trevor plays as good as he's been playing the past month and a half, 2 months, like I think we have a really good chance. I think it's going to be a good game. Like I would not be surprised if it came down to whoever got the ball last. Now, if Jacksonville loses, I think it's because Trevor reverts back to Trevor of last year. Or like if it ends up, let's say he comes out, it's kind of like a Chargers game, like from 2022. If he comes out and throws 2 picks, maybe 3 picks, or just as off, like it's just off with receivers, all that sort of stuff. I think if we get ourselves into a hole, I don't think we'll be able to get out of it. Especially against Josh Allen, because like we talked about last night, there's no Mahomes. Like if Josh Allen's going to win one, like this is the year that he wins. Like this is your best chance yet. I'm going to go with Jacksonville 28-24. I would not be surprised if Buffalo wins though, because it is Buffalo. I hate this matchup. I hate the fact that we have to play Buffalo. I wanted to play the Chargers. Unfortunately, we got Buffalo, the team I did not want to play. And like I said, I'm confident that we could pull out a win, but it is scary because it is Buffalo. So, but I think 28-24 Jags, and I will be hoping and praying.
Amen. Timmy.
I will be taking the Bills in this game, but I will say, if the Jags win, they will be in the Super Bowl. I will buy completely in. I will be as rooting as Brandon is for the Jags. Their path after this game, I love it. So I'm taking the Bills. I think the experience, I think if you put this, like Brandon said, whoever gets the ball last, if that happens to be Josh Allen, I'm taking Josh Allen 10 times out of 10 over Trevor Lawrence. So what I think is going to happen, I'm going to take it 27-23. I think it's going to be a point where you need a touchdown to win on your last drive, and they're just not able to do it. So I think we will get a great game, though. I think it'll be really good.
Keen, what you think?
I'm pretty much the same as Brandon. I have it 27-24 Jacksonville. I think that Jacksonville matches up very well with Buffalo. And also, I just need to point out and say this isn't because I'm scared and need the Patriots for Buffalo to come. If they have to play Buffalo, we have to play Buffalo. We're gonna have to play tough teams in the playoffs. So, and that's obviously if the Patriots win their game. We'll talk about that game here in a moment. But Jacksonville, I just think they match up well, and Trevor is playing great football. If they don't win, it comes down to maybe Trevor not playing well, but he has played in big games. He's played well and through his collegiate career in big games, played well in the second half against the Chargers. So he has played he's played in big spots before. This isn't like a foreign play game kind of place to play here too. So, and the Bills have more pressure on them. If the Jags lose to Josh Allen, as Kyle has them in the heavyweights, as everyone has the Bills as one of the favorites, if not maybe the favorite to come out of the AFC. People expect the Bills to win this game. They are favored on the road in Jacksonville. So the Bills are the ones coming in with the pressure here, and the Jags are coming out like we're being disrespected. We're not even favored on our home field when we are the division winners, when we have shown that we can beat very quality teams. We beat the Chargers 35-6. We beat the Broncos 34-20. We have been on a heater. Like, why aren't we in a better position? So I think the Jags are going to come out firing, and I think the Jags do end up getting a W here.
Quick question before I give my response. If this game were to be a blowout, which way do you think it would lean?
I would probably lean Buffalo, but I honestly think it could. And if it was to be in a win, I would lean. If you had to say one team did blow out the other team, I would say Buffalo probably blew out the Jags. But I actually think there is a world where the opposite could happen.
It could be like the Denver game. I mean, you saw what Jacksonville did to Denver in Denver. Like,
if Josh has to go Superman and maybe turns the ball over a couple times, which he has done before, it's not like it's out of the realm of possibility. And then the Jags just continue to capitalize, and the Bills aren't able to run the ball, and they are opportunistic defensively. There's a world where the Jags could actually blow out the Bills. Do I expect that to happen? I do not. And if I had to bet one to be a blowout, I would bet the Bills, just because that means that Trevor's probably reverted to Trevor and Josh Allen's gone Josh Allen.
Yeah.
It's a safer bet.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think if I had to pick one team to get blown out, it would be the Jags. I kind of agree with Tim here. It almost feels like whoever wins this game is going to the Super Bowl out of the AFC. And everything Brandon's saying about, I don't like this draw, I'm kind of nervous about this game, I think that's exactly how Bills fans should feel about this game facing the Jags. I feel like for them to finally get a playoffs with no Patrick Mahomes, no Lamar Jackson, no Joe Burrow, it's literally Josh Allen and guys who need to prove themselves. They probably get the toughest team to play out of all of them. Obviously, the Pats would have been tough too, being in division, but the Jags are firing on all cylinders right now. They're not scoring below 25 points. Like, you can book them for 25 and up. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. This game actually reminds me a lot of, Keenan, I think you've heard me talk about this game. Niners Saints, I think it was wild card round. Alex Smith beats Drew Brees at home. That was a shootout. That was a game where it's like, oh shit, you actually can win with Alex Smith. So I think if the Jags win, it's kind of like that. It's kind of Trevor Lawrence making the play we didn't think he could make. I'll tell you this, I'm not making a pick yet, and I know I have the Bills in the heavyweights, and I know I just gave a case why the Bills should be much more respected, but I do think this is a tough draw. So I'm going to say it's 38-34. I'm not making a pick yet, but I got it 38-34. I'm leaning Bills, obviously, because that was my preseason Super Bowl pick. I had them in the heavyweights, but I think the Jags are live. I don't think the Jags shit the bed in this game. But if I got to trust a coach and QB duo, it's going to be Josh Allen and McDermott over Trevor Lawrence and Liam Cohen for right now. But I think this is going to be the game of the weekend. It's going to be a fantastic game, and I think it's going to be a just fireworks shootout. So 38-34, team to be determined.
Okay.
Next, 4:00. Eagles at home. Niners coming to Philly, obviously. Philly's favored by 4.5. Petty, what do we think about this game?
I think this game's going to be great. Like, you could put the Buffalo Jacksonville game at prime time. Like, you could have also put this game at prime time at 8:30. Like, and I would not have been mad about it at all. This game I'm kind of back and forth on because it's like, what version of Jalen Hurts are we going to get first and foremost? Like, what does the Eagles offense look like? Like, does Saquon, kind of run wild a little bit? If Jalen Hurts does he bring his A game? Does he turn into playoff Jalen Hurts? Like, if that's the thing. This one I've been back and forth on because, like, I think there's a clear path to both teams winning. I think San Francisco's defense is weaker, and that kind of scares me because if Jalen Hurts stays on this game, how are you going to defend Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown and Saquon Barkley and Dallas Goedert? I think it also depends if Ricky Pearsall is healthy. I know he's been banged up. I can make a case for both teams. This is one where I'm like, where my mind might change up until kickoff, honestly. Right now, gun to my head, if I had to pick, I would pick Philly. As much as I don't want to, as much as I want to ride with the Niners, I just don't know if that Niners defense is gonna, if they're gonna show up. Like, if they're good enough to make a couple plays, like, I feel comfortable betting on Jalen Hurts versus the Niners defense. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles 24-21. But I don't feel great about it.
I'm going to quickly go because I have the exact same score and the exact same outcome. I have the Eagles 24-21. I think when it comes down to it, Philly's defense against San Francisco's offense, I think that's a heavyweight fight there. And I just think that the Eagles offense has the ability to get to a higher level than the San Francisco defense. And so if it's needed, they can. If I need to say I need a San Francisco stop or an Eagles score, I'm leaning towards an Eagles score. So that's where I lean.
Timmy, very interested to hear what you have to say. You're very anti-Eagles. We already ruled the Eagles out of the Super Bowl a few weeks back due to the positivity rabbit. How do you feel about this matchup?
I kind of echo exactly what Brandon said. I could see myself flipping back and forth and back and forth. I expect Jalen Hurts to not be good, but the 49ers defense is just so banged up that he'll probably be fine. And this could just be a Saquon game, and that's enough to get him into scoring range a bunch of times. So I think we do get a high-scoring game. Don't know what the over-under is. I'm guessing we're probably going into the 50s. Could see 60. That wouldn't be crazy.
44.5.
I would take the over, in my opinion. I think we're probably going to get 26-30 from Philly. And you guys know I'm taking San Francisco to win, so that definitely puts us into the 50s here. So I'll take San Francisco 29-26.
Looks
it's
like
to be
fair
44 degrees. Yeah, I was about to say 44 degrees, only 9-mile-an-hour winds.
Hell yeah. So. If it was a frigid 10 degrees in Philly and some snow, then I think I would definitely say this is a a Philly defense shuts them down, West Coast team. But 44, we can play in 44. Hell yeah.
I badly want to pick the Niners in this game. I really do. And the one thing I like on the Niners side is they're not going to be afraid of Philly at all. Like, they genuinely, anytime they take the field with the Eagles in Philadelphia, they think they can win that game.
Revenge spot for them.
Exactly. Revenge spot, especially for that Purdy exits the game early. They're playing fucking Josh Johnson at QB, McCaffrey at some points at QB. That the defense is too banged up, like y'all said. But I mean, if they get up 14, they get up 10, why not? Like, I do think there's going to be points in this game where they put the fear of God in Philly. One thing I'll say in Philadelphia's favor, aside from their defense, I do think in combination with their division, like they kind of ran away with their division. In combination with that, I think they're one of the only NFL teams that can treat the NFL regular season like NBA teams do, heading towards the playoffs, where they're like, all right, we can just win by doing just enough. Whether it was truly Jalen Hurts looking bad, which, I mean, I think he looked bad much of the season, or looked average much of the season, I should say. I don't know. That remains to be seen. If we see the Jalen Hurts that we have seen, yeah, the Niners can definitely play with them. But if
Jimmy
the Niners,
Butler?
What's that?
I said, is he Jimmy Butler or Jimmy?
Yeah.
Obviously in there,
right? As he gets to the cup right now. Yeah, no, it's exactly right. I mean, the Niners aren't going to be afraid of anybody. As we were talking about yesterday with Hurts and Purdy, Purdy is playing lights out ball. I mean, aside from that Seahawks-Niners game, Seahawks got to him. But, I mean, Purdy's playing great ball since he's came back from injury. Niners aren't going to be afraid at all. But Eagles do have a ton of talent to where they kind of could just coast at the end of the regular season. They do truly. I mean, we've seen it in the past. They do wait for these games to get up. So I would lean Eagles. I think it's going to be close. I think even the Niners will cover. So right now, I request my subject to change. I think a 3-point game. I'll even say a 2-point game. I will say 26-24 Eagles over the Niners. But I'll be kind of rooting for the Niners in this game. And Keenan, I'm going to go 24-23 Packers. I'm going to put that one in stone.
You all right?
And I got to say, like, because Brandon, you mentioned this, and I think I mentioned this last night. And I know, Keenan, it works out for you, but Patriots Chargers seems like the most boring primetime game they could have chose. I don't understand how this is in any of the other games.
So as I just want to quickly say this, as I agree, I'm happy about it because I get to sit down and watch it. So like my work schedule, I work 12 to 7 on Sunday. So like I'm going to be at work for the Bills game, at work for the Eagles game, but I'll be sitting home comfy at home for the Patriots game. So I'm happy about it. Speaking of that game, the Chargers are heading to New England. It is 3.5-point favorites. New England Patriots are. I'm going to just quickly go because I'm talking right now. 23-17 New England. I think this is going to be one of those games where the fact that the Patriots are the fact that the Chargers have a lot of injuries up front. I know the Patriots don't have the most ferocious pass rush, but they can scheme up some blitzes and they can get after the quarterback when necessary. I think that the Patriots are going to be able to do just enough in this game, not make mistakes, and be able to win this game here, 23-17. All right, no,
lots of head nodding here. Petty, what you think?
Timmy has the Patriots losing this game probably 45-7, I'd say.
Yeah, the Patriots bus just doesn't show up, so they forfeit.
It says chance of thunderstorms in this game, which is odd for the Northeast in January, but chance of thunderstorms.
Timmy, what are your thoughts on this one? I'm actually interested to hear what you have to say.
I think I'm definitely taking the Patriots. I think they're just overall a better team. This could be a lower scoring game, and it wouldn't really surprise me. I think that's the real way that Los Angeles is going to try to win this game is by just playing good defense. But I think the Patriots offense is good enough to score. So I think it's going to be in the range. I'm going to say 25-22. I'd give it a 3-point game. I could see the Chargers winning. I just don't feel very confident in it. This could be the best matchup for the Chargers because they do not have the offensive line against pass rushes, and the Patriots don't really have a pass rush. So it kind of works out. So I think each team will succeed enough. I just don't see the Chargers getting it done. I think the Patriots get this one.
Yeah, I'm also going to take the Patriots. I don't feel comfy enough picking the Chargers. As much as I'd love to see Justin Herbert kind of get himself a little playoff run going, I just don't think it's going to happen. The offensive line still scares me, regardless of how good or bad an opposing team's pass rush is. Both have good defenses. The Chargers' defense is great. I just question kind of how the whole matchup thing's going to work, especially with the running backs out of the backfield. Is Durbin going to be on Savion? Is he going to be on Hunter Henry? Who's going to be on all the wide receivers, that sort of stuff. And I think Drake May just makes a couple extra plays, a couple more plays than what Herbert does. I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of see vintage playoff Justin Herbert with a pick or two, and some questionable plays. So as much as I'd love to see that, I can't sit here and pick the Chargers, especially with how they've performed in past playoff games. So I'm going to go New England. I'm going to go New England 27-24.
This is one of the weirder games of the weekend to me. I agree with what Timmy says. Yeah, the Chargers don't have a great offensive line, but the Pats don't have a pass rush either, so it kind of balances out. But I also feel like the offensive line's so bad without the two tackles that it benefits the Patriots, that they will be able to get to Herbert a little bit. You add the fact that Herbert's hurt. He's got that fractured left hand. I guess the good thing is it's not going to be frigid temperatures. It's still going to be cold. It's still going to be in the 40s. I could see a world where this is a low-scoring game and that the Chargers are in this to the end. We got two very good head coaches, well-respected head coaches with Vrabel and Jim Harbaugh. I don't really see the Patriots winning by margin. Though I do feel like it's either going to be a complete nail-biter where it's down to a field goal or a Pats blowout, Pats winning big against the Chargers. But I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a closer game. And honestly, I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be super surprised to see the Chargers pull this one out. I think it's a weird matchup. I could see a world, man, where it's really 12-9 in the fourth quarter and both teams are just hanging on. In that case, you do favor the Chargers field goal kicker over the Pats field goal kicker. So I don't know. I'm gonna roll with the Pats, but I don't love this matchup at all, even though I do like our chances against the Chargers offensive line. So I'm gonna say Pats 18-15 over the Chargers.
I was actually happy personally as a Patriots fan with this matchup. Not that I was seeking this matchup because I was going to take whatever we had, but I actually don't mind this matchup for us.
I agree. It's definitely a beneficial matchup. Completely agree with you. But I also in the NFL, I also feel like you're due for a win. You know what I mean? It seems like Herbert's due for a win. Harbaugh's due for a win. Why not this Patriots team? They haven't done anything yet. That's how I feel. But I do feel like it is the best matchup you could ask for if you're a Patriots. You got a West Coast team coming to you on a Sunday night. Why not? But I do think it's going to be a weird game.
Yeah. I wish I could remember, and this is obviously not a cross comparison to these teams. There's one thing before we get into the last game. I really wish I could remember what the entire media discourse was when the Chiefs were in their first playoff run with Mahomes. I really wish I could remember what it was like.
I think it was pretty positive. I don't remember
because I know a lot of people are talking about not proven, not proven, not proven, and obviously Mahomes is coming off a historic season. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to make it sound, and it's weird thinking back because obviously 3-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time MVP, pet to Patrick Mahomes, so you obviously trust him. But I'm just trying to remember how did people view them going in? Were they sure? Because I know a lot of people are well, it's a rookie quarterback or a first time starter. How do they feel about it? But then when I'm thinking about did people say the same thing about Mahomes? And again, not calling Drake May Mahomes. I'm not even saying it because of Drake May. I'm just thinking of how did they feel about that guy specifically in that moment? I just can't remember, and I wish I could right now.
My memory of it is that they were pretty positive. I mean, I know, speaking for myself, and you were there, Keenan, I was scared to death of that game, that AFC Championship game. Scared
100%.
to death of Mahomes.
100%. I was too.
I think the media discourse, I think it was pretty positive, if I remember correctly. I think he lit it up so much, people were like, yeah,
Yeah, like, why not? Yeah, of course. Like, they were they were sure he was going to prove it. Because I know just a lot of it's like okay, so like new quarterback, don't know what it's going to be at all. Probably like possibly there's kind of back and forth on it. I just don't know if it was as back and forth with that guy, but that guy's special. So I'm not saying it's anything bad that it was that not back and forth. Just I couldn't remember, and it was something I've been thinking about. All right, let's get into this final game. Yeah, Texans head into Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, the fourth of the home underdogs in this. Only Philly and New England are favored. Pittsburgh is 3-point underdogs in this game at home. So, who wants to go first on this one?
I'll go ahead and offer up my prediction.
Yeah, love it.
This is probably the second, like, in terms of games that I'm looking forward to, this is probably right above that Rams-Panthers game. I could see this just not being a game. Like, I could just see the Texans offense, or the Texans defense, just not letting Pittsburgh do shit. Like I was talking about last night, like, we've seen the Steelers offense play good football for maybe 4 or 5 minutes at a time in a singular game and a singular quarter. Like, they cannot put it all together for even a whole quarter. I don't think it happens now. Like, don't think they're going to be able to run the football. I mean, you really got DK Metcalf. Like, I think Derek Stingley Jr. just completely locks DK up because that's what he does. He erases people out of the game plan. I don't know. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be running for his life the whole game. I think CJ Stroud literally just has to play game manager and not fuck this game up. And I think because of that defense, I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I think Houston wins. I could see it being like a 20-14 game, 20-17, kind of something like that. I'll give you 20-14 official prediction.
Okay.
Low scoring.
Mm-hmm.
Also going to go low scoring here. This was a game that I've definitely been flip-flopping. I definitely started out heavy on the Texans, this defense versus an old Aaron Rodgers, who in the last 2 weeks, they've looked okay, not great. But this has been the season of like chaos this year. So I'm rolling with the Steelers, and they're going to win this game 17-13, even lower scoring than Brandon has it. And it's just going to be a defensive battle, really, where a couple broken plays get them maybe a touchdown here, and a lot of field goals, and that's how they win.
Chris Boswell special. Bro, like, Texans are favored by 3. All right, we said that. All right, 39.5. So, yeah, it looks low scoring. Here's my problem, and specifically my problem. I've picked mostly favorites, and there's no way that's how it ends up. I think the Texans are much better than the Steelers. And yeah, I cannot rule the Steelers out. I think, like Brandon and Timmy picked it, I think it's going to be low scoring. I think it's going to be a ridiculous game. I just told you I think the Pats and Chargers are going to be weird. I think this game's going to be even weirder. I think the most ridiculous shit's going to happen in this game. Listen, I've picked so many favorites so far. I think I'm going to flip on the Niners and Eagles game. We'll see. We'll see how that ends up. But I kind of want to pick the Steelers here. Tomlin flourishes as a home underdog. Why wouldn't he in the playoffs? And the answer to that would be, like Brandon said, because the Texans are a much better team. They really, truly are. But I cannot rule the Steelers out. So I'm going to be flipping back and forth on this game for sure. I'm obviously leaning Texans. But would I be surprised to see the Steelers playing in the divisional round? No. This is like one matchup that's actually favorable for them. Texans or the Chargers. That would have been a favorable matchup, and they got the Texans. And if this was Texans at home, I might pick the Texans by 10. But because Heinz Field's such a hard place to play, it's a tough place to kick. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? The Steelers really do have voodoo. So who knows?
Texans are coming in on the longest win streak of anybody at 9. They've been playing very well. I have the Steelers 20-17 in this game. I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be close. And then when it comes down to it, do I trust Aaron Rodgers or do I trust CJ Stroud to make me a throw? Give me a throw. I mean,
depends on who's catching. That's a thing on the Steelers end.
Listen, if he's putting the ball where he was those couple throws against Baltimore, I could catch it. It just sat in my hand. I don't even have to do anything. He had a couple dots against Baltimore.
That's a crazy thing about this is like we just watched essentially a playoff game with the Ravens that the Ravens absolutely should have won. Like it didn't even cross my mind that Luke could miss that field goal until he kicked it. I'm like, oh yeah, he is a rookie. Like that's the only reason why he might miss this. Otherwise, I'm like, yeah, Ravens are probably winning this game. That's a gimme field goal, blah, blah, blah. And they still won. And the Texans, top to bottom, are probably a little better at this point than the Ravens, but their offense definitely comes and goes more than the Ravens. So if that offense isn't clicking, yeah, the Steelers are more than lagging. And
we got
guess what? They got TJ Watt.
32 degrees. 10-mile-an-hour winds. Don't know how that's going to be. It looks like it might be a little bit of snow showers the night before. Not that that's going to fully matter, but like...
This is Monday night too, right?
Monday night.
Yeah, this is Monday night.
Monday night, yeah.
Tomlin is 12-0 at home. 12-0 at home for Tomlin on Monday night. I believe it was last week 22-3 overall on Monday night. That's in home and on the road. So I'm going Steelers 2017. I trust Aaron Rodgers in this spot. I think that he gets it done, and this is like one of his last moments that he has. And he's live going, in my prediction, like if it goes out how I think, he's live going to Denver.
That he is. That's the thing. If they go to Denver after this, like Steelers ain't going to be afraid of that game at all. And they can actually match you physically. Like that's one thing I'll give them. They have been playing much more physical the last 6 weeks this season.
And obviously I know Boz will miss the extra point, but like they've got one of the most reliable kickers in this entire tournament, which matters. Like 3 points is going to matter at these. So
I did not see that De'Aaron Fox chase down block from last night until
nasty.
Just now.
That was literally last night as we were podcasting. It was nasty, and then all of a sudden we have a Jeremy Sohan 3 in the corner for them to lose because they decided to take Wemby out because he was at his 21 minute of play, and they didn't want to play and put him past that as if they couldn't play him for 15 more seconds to win a game. Anyways, that's another story for another day. But yeah,
man, look, I want to pick this. I want to pick it 12-10. I'm leaning the Steelers. I hate my life for it. I literally hate myself for it because I think the Texans are like one of the better teams in the league. But I do think it's a genuinely hard place to play. And for whatever reason, like just in my mind, what am I visioning? I'm picturing a Steelers win. All that black and yellow, terrible towels waving. Like I can just see it. I can see it.
Wiz Khalifa playing in the background?
Possibly, right? Yeah, possibly. Bro, like I hate it. I hate that I'm actually probably going to pick the Steelers in this game. I hate all of it because they were one of the worst teams I watched this entire year, and yet this is a great matchup for them. So, and then that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if they get blown out like 21-0 or 21-3. So who the fuck knows? But more than likely, I'm going to pick it 12-10 for the Steelers, and I really think I'm going to flip on one of the earlier games, probably 49ers Eagles, and maybe even the Jags game. Who knows?
You haven't even picked one for the Jags. So you think's going to win that game? You just said that.
Yeah,
that
one's for sure 38-34. It's just who's winning the game, and depending on the minute, I'm switching the teams because 1 minute I feel like Jags, 1 minute I feel like Buffalo.
Alrighty, well, this was fun. We'll see how these games play out. I hope everyone enjoys these games. Have fun watching it. Enjoy the college football prelude that we've got to this. Those are going to be fun time. You don't have to give scores or anything real quick. I got Indiana and I got Ole Miss playing in the Natty. I think that they're going to go over that. Brandon, what are your thoughts? Just real quick.
I got Indiana and Ole Miss too.
You got Indiana and Ole Miss?
I think Ole Miss boat races Miami tomorrow night.
And then, Timmy, your thoughts?
I agree that Ole Miss will boat race Miami, but I will take Oregon, and I will take Oregon to win it all.
Yep.
I
think
like
whoever comes out of that game wins it all. And I think Oregon is the most live team to win. And I know you don't watch college football really, but if you have two teams you wanted to say, feel free.
We're taking the Hurricanes, baby. Hurricanes.
Okay, he's going Carson Beck. He's going Pretty Boy Beck. Good for him.
We're going Hurricanes.
Time out.
Okay, so he's going Carson Beck, and then do you have Indiana or Oregon?
Neither. We're just going Canes. That's all we're picking.
Yep. Okay, so
that was one of my college teams growing up, so I'll roll with the Hurricanes.
Fly the trophy down right now. Don't even need to play the games.
Right.
Shout out.
The U.
All right, Warner Brothas Podcast, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Appreciate all you guys. Hope you enjoy the phenomenal weekend of football we have coming up, and we'll be seeing you guys again very soon.